now tuned into the Truth with G. Inspire, educate, and uplift. If you can't handle the truth, this ain't the show for you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So sit back, relax, and buckle up and enjoy this ride.
The Truth with G. The Truth with G. The Truth with G.
All right. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to the Truth with G on WPMM Internet Radio. I am your boy, Jared Graham. You know, Miss G. You know, once again, we're back to talk about the issues that matter to you and your community. Hope all is well with everyone. It is Monday. This Monday, we are back on the grind after the short weekend. Seemed like I went to sleep on Friday night and woke up. It was Monday morning. I tell you, these weekends are going by quick. And when you get old like me, you don't want these days going by too quick because, my days are short. So I want to extend them out as long as I can. But I want to thank you once again for joining me right here on WPMM Internet Radio. On the Truth with G, we're here every Monday and Thursday as much as we can. I know I say that, but sometimes I'm not able to make it. But I make it when I can. But Monday, Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time is the time that we are here on WPMM Internet Radio. We're on the app. We're on Facebook Live. We're on all the live and everything that streams. You can get us. And I want to thank my listening audience for tuning in with me. It's been over 4 years. We've been doing this. I want to thank my listeners for listening. My ride or dies that's with me every night. I want to thank the part-time listeners, my one-time listeners, my first-time listeners, anybody that listens to the show. I want to thank you so very much. And anytime that you listen to the show, especially if you're on Facebook, I need you to like and share. Please like and share because we're going to continue to give you the information that you need to know. We're going to continue to talk about the subjects that matter, subjects that will and can make a difference in your communities and in your life. And in the government, and we're going to continue to have these conversations because they are so very necessary. Like I said, once again, it is Monday. We're back on the grind. Today's show, we're going to be talking about the events over the weekend for the most part. And if you don't know, we had a situation where the orange idiot, somebody don't want the orange idiot to live. But we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about the lies that J.D. Vance and the Orange Idiot is putting out on this town in Ohio. I want to say is I forgot the name of the city. It's Springfield. But anyway, the lies that's being told by the Orange Idiot and his running mate J.D. Vance is causing havoc, all kind of havoc in Ohio, there in that city in Ohio, because of the lies that they're telling. We'll talk about those lies as well. I'm sorry, y'all. If you're on Facebook listening, you see me look up, that means I'm looking at the big screen up there. So don't think that I'm crazy. I'm checking out the headlines, if you will. But I want to talk about that. Also, I want to touch on Black people for Trump. And I need to. I know I keep talking about that, but I'm trying to understand, and I need somebody to help me understand. And for the life of me, I can't make heads or tails out of it, and I can't make sense of it. And it's one of those things where, I don't like talking bad about my people, but I have to wonder about you. So, but anyway, we are WPMM Internet Radio. We play the best in R&B, jazz, neo soul, independent hip hop, and old school music. You can listen to WPMM on the app, on the WPMMradio.com website. You can go to their website and listen. The app you can download it from the app. It's a free download. You can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and download the app as well. Again, it's a free app. You can put it on any streaming device, phone, tablet, computer, and you can listen 24/7. Now cars now have the ability to download apps. So download it in your vehicle. That way, anytime you get in your vehicle, if you wanna hear almost commercial free music, there's some drops in there, but it's not like mainstream radio where you sit and listen to 20 minutes worth of commercials before you hear a song. Only time songs are not playing is when there's a talk show on. That's the only time music is not playing. So to go download the app at the WPMMradio.com or the Google Play Store or the Apple Store if you have an Apple device. Once again, we are live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube page. It's on YouTube. Just about any streaming device. If you have somebody who don't know how to navigate those things, just text them, WPMMradio.com. Just put that in the message field. All they have to do is click on it, hit play, and they click on it, hit play, and they can watch the show. I was just looking at the body cam of the individual that was arrested for the latest alleged attack or assassination attempt, as they calling it. And I'll tell you, another person arrested without incident. So we know where he came from. We know what his background is. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, the views and opinions expressed by individual radio hosts and their guests are of their own and does not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WPMM Radio. WPMM does not intend to align with any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Now that we have that out the way, I want to hear from you guys tonight. I need you to drop your comments. I know I talk about stuff that a lot of people are kind of scared to talk about and mention, and scared to put tag their name to what I have to say. I understand that, but I do want to hear from you. If you can just don't be fearful of the truth. That's what I need you guys to understand. Don't be fearful of the truth. As long as you're telling the truth, if you got the truth on your side, can't nobody do nothing to you. And you guys know I'm not going to send anything to you that's not truthful. Not going to give you any information that's not correct. So, it's okay to chime in. I understand the fear. I understand the fear of, child finding out about this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be. But I'm one of those people that don't give a flying flip what my job thinks or what anybody else thinks, because I'm telling the truth. And that's the way it is. But if you're on Facebook, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit a heart, hit the like button, hit something. Let me know you're out there listening. Also, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share it. Like and share, if you will. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, but tonight. Oh, wow. Oh, but anyway. But tonight, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. And, the second attempt at the life, allegedly attempt. When shots were not fired, but it's the second attempt at the orange idiot's life. The first attempt took place a few months ago, about almost 2 months ago, when the first attempt took place. And there was another attempt that took place on Sunday, yesterday about 1:30 in the afternoon, that when they found a gunman in the bushes. And I'm trying to pull up the story because I want to read you the story as it's unfold, as reported by a local news station here. But yeah, another failed attempt, and we'll talk about the Secret Service and the FBI and whatever. We'll talk about them in a moment, because I personally think that they did a good job in protecting this idiot. Do I think he's worthy of the protection? No, that's a whole different story. But they did do a good job at protecting this person, this idiot. And the Secret Service did exactly what they were supposed to do. They sent reconnaissance out. It took place on a golf course. Let me read the story. Let me give you the background on it before we get into the story. This was in West Palm Beach, Florida. The suspected gunman accused of trying to assassinate former President, the Orange Idiot. They didn't put that in there. Those are my words. The Orange Idiot in Palm County appeared in federal court after he was taken into custody on a neighboring county after he fled. The second assassination attempt made against the Orange Idiot since he was shot in his ear 2 months ago in Pennsylvania. A Facebook post on Sunday, the Martin County Sheriff Office wrote, it had stopped a vehicle on northbound Interstate 95 and taken the suspect into custody, who believed to be connected to the shooting. The sheriff said that he made the stop after authorities in neighboring county Palm Beach put out a be on the lookout alert. Photos included the post showed an SUV stopped behind multiple law enforcement vehicles. The post made by Martin County Sheriff's Office indicated the suspect was apprehended north of Trump's International Golf Course. One of the law enforcement officials encountered the suspect on the interstate, described the behavior. He said he was very detached, flat facial effect, like it wasn't even bothering him. Martin County Sheriff Snyder told Fox News, blue lights everywhere, helicopters overhead. He never said, hey, what's this about it? Why did I get stopped? Ryan Wesley Rout is his name, was identified as the 58-year-old suspect. According to ABC News, he's a North Carolina native that moved to Hawaii in 2017. Rout has an extensive presence in social media that included this disdain for the GOP presidential candidate, his feelings about the war in Ukraine, and the 2020 election. On June 10, 2020, Rout's apparent X profile directed a post on X at Trump, which said that he had supported Trump in 2016 presidential election, but that Trump had become a disappointment. It concluded, he said, "I would be glad when you're gone." He called him. He didn't just say he was according to the story. He didn't just say he was a disappointment. He called him retarded. They didn't put the whole statement in there in the report, but he called him retarded. Ralph even weighed in on first assassination attempt in July in a post on X. He called Vice President Kamala Harris. He called on Vice President Kamala Harris to visit the injured at the Pennsylvania Trump rally, writing Trump would never do anything for them. Ralph had previously been arrested, according to the report. Ralph's arrests included offenses like drug possession, driving without a license, driving with expired inspection, and operating a vehicle without insurance. In 2022, Ralph was involved in a standoff with police as he barricaded himself inside an office of a roofing company where he worked. New York Times wrote that they had interviewed Ralph in 2023. Ralph apparently volunteered to help Ukraine in this war in Russia. A representative officer of the foreigners coordination department of the Ukraine ground forces told the Associated Press that Ralph had never served in the Ukraine army nor collaborated with military in that capacity. The Associated Press filmed Ralph in April 22 at a demonstration in Kiev, Independence Square. A placard holding said, "We cannot tolerate corruption and evil for another 50 years in Russia for our kids." He wore a blue vest with the American flag on the back, along with a scarf and T-shirt, so on and so forth. Talk about affiliation in Ukraine. The Daily Mail spoke with Ralph's son, Orrin Ralph, after the shooting. In that exclusive interview, Orrin Ralph said his father is not a violent person and did not even believe he owned a gun. Ralph is accused of attempting to assassinate a president. Trump was getting out golfing on his course Sunday when the U.S. Secret Service spotted in the bushes an AK style rifle, according to Palm Beach County Sheriff. Bradshaw said the gunman dropped the weapon, fled, and was later apprehended. Officials have not released new information regarding the ongoing investigation. So, the Orange Idiot was the victim of another foiled attempt, which he never actually was able to shoot at the orange idiot. The shots were never fired. The only shots were fired was from the Secret Service as they tried to shoot at the alleged assailant. Again, I say alleged because there were no shots fired, but um, he was posted up. He was posted up. He had a couple of book bags with him. He had a GoPro that was attached to the fence. Apparently, he was going to videotape what he did on the GoPro. An AR-15 rifle was found there at the scene. And what it is on out of the perimeter of the golf course is where he was posted up. And there's a lot of bushes on the outside of the perimeter and leading it. And behind the bushes, there's a fence. The brush in there was thick enough to where someone could get into those bushes without being detected, without knowing that it's there. And I'm seeing it's being reported that dude had been there. Dude had been posted up for like 12 hours, is what they're reporting today. So he was laying in wait, or lying in wait, as they say. For several hours, 12 hours, they say. He had been there just waiting because I guess he finally knew that, the orange idiot was going to show up on the golf course at some point. So he was like chilling. As soon as he found out that the orange idiot was in Florida, he knew his next stop was going to be the golf course. So, and let me say this, I'm not condoning any type of violence. I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody. Want to put that out there first and foremost. I don't advocate it, but do I understand? I understand the frustrations that the orange idiot is causing throughout the land, and not just not just in Florida and at Mar-a-Lago. I mean the confusion that he's causing across the board is ridiculous. The rhetoric that he uses is ridiculous. Is unconscionable. It's not necessary. It only spews hate. He's only speaking to the deplorables that believe this and follow this idiot. And yes, I did say deplorables, because if you are a supporter of this immoral person, you are a deplorable human being, and that's just the way it is. But his rhetoric spew hate, and as I look at these attempts on his life, like Malcolm X said it was just in regards to the assassination of Kennedy. Malcolm X said it was just the chickens coming home to roost, is how he described it. I don't know if Kennedy did anything close to what the orange idiot is doing. As far as I know, Kennedy didn't do any of the things that the orange idiot done, but that's how it was described by our brother Malcolm X. But we all know that with these attempts that has been made at the orange idiot's life, we all know the people on the right wing idiots. So first thing out their mouth is them. They tried to kill Trump. They meaning anybody on the left, any liberal, any Democrat. They tried to kill him. It's not that one individual that has, as it stands right now, has been. And I'm reading the headline right now. J.D. Vance said the left needs to tone down on the rhetoric. No one has tried to kill Harris, while two people have tried to kill Trump. That's the would-be vice president if elected. He said again the left needs to tone down the rhetoric. No one has tried to kill Harris while two people have tried to kill Trump. And me reading that headline, that's saying, well, Kamala need to be shot at too. She need to be, her life need to be threatened. You know, she need to be shot at. That's what that is saying. And they say, he's saying the left need to calm down the rhetoric. Your dumb ass, J.D. Vance and Trump are the ones who's spewing all the hate. You are the ones that out there saying that Haitians are eating in people's pets and they eating the dogs and the cats and cause all kind of confusion there in that little city in Ohio, where schools have to be shut down and businesses are being shut down and the government is being shut down because of bomb threats coming in from the MAGA idiots. But you saying the Democrats need to tone down their rhetoric. That's so hypocritical. The hypocrisy in the Republican Party is just simply outrageous. It makes no sense whatsoever, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you add it up. That's why I keep saying that anybody who supports Republicans are fucking idiots. And I believe that, you know, deep in my heart and my soul, I believe that with every fiber of my being, that you have to be a fucking idiot to support what's going on over there on the right. Now you can still claim to be a Republican, but if you're a Republican that's going along with the stupidity and the hate, the hatred and the vile things that is being said and done on that side, if you're a Republican and you're going along with that, you're just as culpable. It's okay for you to be a Republican and come out and say that what the current Republican Party is doing, the MAGA Party, is wrong. You can be a Republican and say that. There's nothing wrong with you being honest. But don't be one of these fucking idiots that think that everything that the Republicans are doing is okay. Don't be one of these idiots that is going and making an excuse for everything that Trump and Vance is doing. Don't be one of them fucking idiots. Don't be a deplorable. So, also Vance said that Dems need to tone down the rhetoric. Dems need to tone down the rhetoric. Somebody's going to get hurt. Now, again, I don't wish violence on nobody. I don't wish any hurt, harm, or danger to nobody. But if, as he say, as J.D. Vance says, somebody's going to get hurt. If somebody's going to get hurt, I prefer it to be J.D. Vance or the Orange Idiot. Let one of them two get hurt, because those are the two that's fanning the flames to the hatred and fanning the flames to the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists and trying to get them riled up to carry on their agenda. So if anybody get hurt, it need to be them two, because they're the instigators. They are the originators of the hate campaign, and I think that if anybody, I don't want anybody innocent, innocent bystanders, to fall victim to their hatred and their rhetoric. So again, I'm not wishing violence on anybody. I'm not wishing harm to anybody. But if somebody had to get hurt, let it be one of them two. And in Ohio, in Springfield, this town has been turned upside down because of the stupidity of the Orange Idiot and J.D. Vance. If you wonder what I'm talking about, there was a Facebook post or something to that effect that put out there and said that Haitians are eating dogs and eating the pets. They're stealing the pets and they're eating the pets of people in Springfield. And what it was, there was a lady in Ohio that was having a manic episode, if you will. She was having a mental breakdown, a mental issue. She has mental issues, and this woman, they don't know if she killed a cat, but when they found her, she was sitting there with a dead cat. I think she was outside, like on somebody's driveway, with a dead cat. And whoever originally posted this has since come out and said, I should have never done that. I should have never put it out there. But even still, the Orange Idiot and JD Vance took it and said that the Haitians are stealing the pets and they're eating the pet. They're stealing the geese out of the pond and they're eating the geese, which none of this was true. Even after the officials there in Springfield had investigated this situation because it was such a big issue. It became a big issue because the Orange Idiot said it on the debate stage. He wasn't asked a question about Haitians. He just volunteered the information. They're eating our pets. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. And this man said this on the debate stage for the president when he's debating his challenger for the highest office in the land. This idiot actually did this. So, city of Springfield is in utter chaos right now. The schools have had to shut down since this happened because of threats. Kids are scared to go to school because of threats. All because of a made-up story that two people that is running for the highest offices in the land decided that they were going to put it out there as truth. They put it out there like it is 100% true. And then even after the city officials, such as the mayor and the police chief and everybody else, even after they came out and said that we have looked into this, we have investigated, there are no reports of any Haitians that are stealing dogs and eating dogs, and they said there was no reports of that whatsoever. Even after the city officials said what they said, the Orange Idiot and JD Van doubled down. And even after they doubled down on it, y'all bear with me just a moment. Even after they doubled down on it, JD Vance dumbass come out over the weekend and said that they can make up stories to get the attention of the American people. So why JD is over here saying, oh, we made it up, but we made it up so we can get the attention of the American people. The Orange Idiot is over here still doubling down on the story like it's true. And in the same breath, if you will, JD Vance still tried to spin it to make it sound like it's true, even though he just said that he made it up. See, this is the hypocrisy and the stupidity that's going on that side. And like I say, if you support this mess, then you are part of the idiot crew. You're part of the deplorables. You're part of the dumbasses. You are, you know, the shooter, the would-be shooter in this latest assassination attempt called Trump retarded. And I'm quoting that from what he wrote on his social media post. He said, "You are retarded." I try not to use that word because it can be offensive to some, but I'm just quoting what this man wrote. He said, "You are retarded." And I try not to use that word because it's offensive to some people. So I don't want to offend, especially good people. I don't want to, offend good people. But he said, "Trump, you're retarded." Now, without saying the word, if you're a Trump supporter, I believe you are what dude said that Trump is. And dude said that Trump was retarded. And I mean no offense to anybody with any type of mental illness and with any type of learning disabilities and impairments and whatnot. I don't mean any disrespect to those people by running what was quoted by the gunman. Because he the one said Trump is retarded. So I would venture to say that if he said Trump retarded, anybody that follows Trump is retarded. And let's back up a little bit. Let me back up just a little bit so I can make sure I cover the whole thing. And this person that that shot or was going to shoot at Trump voted for Trump in the 2016 election. But the Republicans are going to blame it on the Democrats. Trump already blamed Biden and Harris for him getting shot, or getting shot at, or attempted to get shot at. He's blaming Biden and Harris. What in the hell Biden and Harris got to do with this? What Biden and Harris got to do with your stupidity? That man called you retarded. He didn't call Biden and Harris retarded. He called you retarded. He said you were a disappointment. He didn't say Biden and Harris is a disappointment. He didn't say Biden and Harris told me that you was a disappointment. He said you were a disappointment to him, and he voted for you. So one of your own tried to take you out. The first person that shot at you was a Republican. One of your own tried to take you out. Now, when one of your own tried to take you out, that's a sign that you need to sit your dumb ass down somewhere. If you got, members of your crew turning on you, that means you really need to sit your head down somewhere. You really need to sit your butt down somewhere. That's one thing when the enemy come after you. That's protocol. That's how it's supposed to happen. Your enemy is supposed to come after you, not your people in your own circle. You don't see, the U.S. Army going after, fighting between themselves, and they trying to shoot each other. You don't see that happening. You don't see, you don't often see members of the same football team fighting each other on the field. They may fight somebody on the other side, but they're not going to fight their own teammates on the field. So when you're at the point to where your own people, your own crew is trying to take you out, then you got issues. You have some serious issues. And if you had any common fucking sense, you would reevaluate. You would reevaluate yourself. You would reevaluate what you're doing. You'll think about what you're doing wrong and try to correct those things. And you think about if you haven't done anything right and try to continue that. But I can't think of anything right that you've done. And then when these people who have these mental illness, or these people who want to set out to hurt you, when they get out there, then you want to blame everybody but yourself. And I see in this position where there's two people to blame. There's the gunman and there's Trump. Those are the two people to blame for the shooting or the attempted shooting of the orange idiot. And now they're reporting that the Proud Boys have went to Springfield as Trump is still pushing false threats. If you don't know who the Proud Boys are a white supremacist group. They're going to Springfield. And let me talk about these dogs and cats or whatever. This is something that the orange idiot said on the debate stage, that the Haitians are eating the dogs and the pets of the residents there in Springfield. The governor of Ohio has come out and defended the Haitians there in Springfield. And the reason why he defended them is because the Vance, JD Vance, and the orange idiot keep saying that these they keep saying they're illegal aliens, like they came from fucking space or something. See, that's just by how much of how stupid they are. But they keep calling them illegal aliens, or they either calling them illegal migrants, when these Haitians are in Springfield legally. These Haitians are in Springfield. They are here legally. They are documented. They have Social Security numbers. They have driver license. They have work visas. They can work. And the governor came out and said that these people are good people. They're here legally. They went through the process in which they need to go through in order to be in the United States legally with their proper documentation. He said they want to work. They are working. They are hard workers. They are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. But even still, with the governor, and the governor is Republican, he's not saying anything against. He's not really saying anything against Trump and Vance, because he can't say much against them and hold on to his governorship, if you will. But he's saying that these people are here legally. They're good people. And at the same time, even though the governor has came out and said this, Trump and Vance are still calling them illegal aliens. He called them terrible people. He called them the worst. He said they were the worst. Called them terrible people. Again, the sheriff had came out and said nobody has reported that any dogs or cats is being eaten. There's no reports of this not happening. Even though the governor has come out and said these people are here legally, they went through all the proper channels to be there legally. They're working. They're contributing to the communities. They're contributing to the economy there in Springfield. They're doing everything that the American dream is supposed to be about. And they're working their way to citizenship. And the orange idiot and JD Vance are still pushing falsehood, saying that these people are here illegally, and saying that these people are threats and these people are dangerous and these are terrible people and they are the worst. They still, and because they're black people, period, point blank. That's why they're spewing this hate. They're speaking to their base. They're speaking to these deplorable racist assholes that believe this idiot. That's who they're speaking to. Even though it's been proven that all this mess was made up as far as Haitians eating pets. And I feel sorry for the kids there in Springfield, because these kids have to go to school under threat people in government office have to go to their jobs under bomb threats, and end up having to evacuate their buildings and this, that, and other because these right-wing idiots, these MAGA idiots, are terrorizing that city because Trump has called on the dogs, if you will. And some of you dumb fucks want this man to be the president of the United States. Some of you dumbass people are still going to vote for this idiot. And I'm trying not to call nobody out because I didn't listen to the full context, but I did hear enough to. I heard enough to spark conversation, and this is black people for Trump, black women for Trump. For the life of me, I can't understand why a black person would support Trump, particularly a black woman. Black people in general, as a whole, it's hard for me to understand why a black man would support, but a black woman, I'm trying to understand what in the hell is going through the mind of a black woman to support Trump. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Harris did in her past. So anything that she did in her past or whatever what she's doing now, do not even come close to what the orange idiot has done. He's a rapist. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He's a xenophobe. He's a narcissist. He's a thief. He's a crook. He's a terrible businessman. He's a bad person. He's a terrible person. He has no human decency. He has no respect for anybody but himself. He is a terrible person. So I don't give a fuck what party affiliation he's about. But for a black woman to come to the defense of this man, I don't care what his policies are. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what his policies are. He could have the best policies in the world. He could have policies that's gonna make me a fucking millionaire if he get in office. And I still wouldn't vote for him because I have human decency about myself. And I heard some stuff today, and it bothered me. And I'm at work. I was at work, and I was listening to some things or whatever, and people are so lost. People are so lost. And this election is not even about policy. It's not about policy. It's not about legislation. It's not about the economy. It's not about inflation. It's not about the border crisis. It's not about any of that. As far as the first priority, it's not about any of that. It's about human decency and respect for others. About democracy. Even though it don't say human decency on the ballot, even though it don't say vote for democracy on the ballot, even though it don't say vote for humanity on the ballot, that's what this election is about. Human decency, democracy, respect for others. That's what this election is about. So fuck policy. At this point in time, we need to concentrate on the values. We need to concentrate on family values. We need to concentrate on people being just decent to other human beings. Now, if you want somebody in office who can't display those type of attributes, what do that say about you? You willing to sell your soul and sell your self-respect out for a man who don't give a fuck about you, especially if you're a black person, particularly if you're a black woman. He don't give a fuck about you, but you still gonna vote for this man who don't give a fuck about you. Help me understand that. And y'all know I don't like talking negative about my black women, but if you're a black woman and you have this mentality and you're going to vote for this man, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? What is really wrong with you? What is going on in your mind? What's going on in your life to where you want this type of person to be the leader of the free world? What is going on in your mind? Are you that brainwashed? Are you uh, that broken to where you can't recognize whether someone is a decent human being or not? Fuck a policy, fuck legislation, fuck all that. Human decency, human respect. He don't want your coochie to belong to you. He's going to sign a nationwide abortion ban. Especially if they get if the Republicans take over uh, both branches of Congress, the House and the Senate. If an abortion ban come across his desk, he's going to sign it. I'm not saying I'm for or against abortions, but what I am saying, I am for women having the right to choose to do what they wish to do with their own bodies. Again, I'm not taking a position on being pro-abortion or anti-abortion. Not taking that position, but I believe that women should have the right to control their own bodies and do what they want to do regarding their bodies. And one of the things about these people that are so gung-ho on defending the reversal of Roe v. Wade, and if you know somebody who's pro-life, just flat out pro-life and say nobody should be able to get abortion, even in instances of rape or incest, ask them, how many of these unwanted children have you adopted? How many of these unwanted children have you taken into your home and taken care of? How many? And they're going to say none. They're going to say zero, because everybody that's fighting for these unwanted children to be born. And I say unwanted because at the time that the decision is made for a woman to birth a child, if they make that decision at that time, they did not want to bring that child into this world. That was their decision at that time. Now, do women have regrets later on after the fact? Yes, they do. Hell, but we all have regrets in life. We all have done something in our past life that we wish we wouldn't have done. That's just part of fucking life. That's how life is. You live and you learn in a lot of situations. But in this case, why should a woman have to go by what an old white man said that they should do with their body? Why should an old white man? Because most of the people making these decisions are old white men. The people that's trying to take away, trying to put this abortion ban, this nationwide abortion ban in place, are old white men. Majority of them are old white men that's going to vote yes on an abortion ban. Why should they have control of your coochie? Why should you allow them, especially you black women? You all already don't have control over much. You were the last people to get any kind of rights in this country. You were the last group of people to get any kind of rights. And you are willing to vote for someone who's going to take away the rights that you took, that it took so long for women to get, particularly black women. The fuck is wrong with you? Now, I wouldn't mind. I would like to talk to somebody. I would like to talk to anybody that's black that is going to support Trump. I would love to talk to you. Oh, I may have just lost. Oh, I hope I didn't lose. I may have lost my connection on WPMM, the website. So hopefully I didn't. We're going to see if it. I hope I didn't lose it. We're going to see in a minute here. But I may have lost it. But I'm still on Facebook Live. Still on Facebook Live. So we still rolling on Facebook Live. I got to work out the technical difficulties here in regards to WPMM. If I'm lost, it's hard for me to tell because I'm waiting on the confirmation here to say I'm still on WPMM Radio website and the WPMM Radio app. So my apologies. My apologies to those listening on the app and on the come back to. I think we're still on. I believe it's still on. So my apologies for that delay. But you black women, if you're a Trump supporter, you are extremely delusional. You are extremely out of touch. You are extremely ill-informed. Because the economy should not be the first thing that you're worried about. Because the economy is going to take care of itself. The economy is getting better, regardless of what the orange idiot said, regardless of what these dumbass people on the right are saying. They're saying that to scare you. The economy is getting better. Inflation has come down. It was rising at 8-9%. At one point, during COVID, it was up to like 12% or something like that. Right now, it's down to like 3%. Inflation is down. Stock market is up. Inflation is down. Stock market is up. And then you go to the stores and you say, well, the prices are still high. It's not the government. It's the CEOs of these companies that's setting the prices. Gas is down. When they start raising the prices, they were using the excuse that the gas prices were so high to where they had to pass on the additional expense of transporting these goods via truck and boat and whatever, because gas prices were high. So they had to raise the prices to compensate. But now gas prices are low. I got gas the other day for I was in where was I at? I was in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, one of them states. I've been in all of them in the last few weeks. But I got gas at $2.54 a gallon. I know from back in my day, that's still high, but shit, we've been paying it got up to almost $4 a gallon under Trump. And it was over $4 in places, particularly like California. They was paying 5 something a gallon. But right now, the national average for a gallon of gas is like $3.20 something. That's the national. Like saying in California, it was hitting $6 a gallon in California at one point. I got gas for $2.54. My son told me that he got gas for $2.30 something the other day. $2.30 something a gallon. So at the rate we're going right now, it's possible that we can see under $2 in gas prices if they keep falling like they are. So the economy is not what the dumb, orange idiot and J.D. Vance and these dumb right wingers are saying. It's not that. Unemployment is still low. Keep in mind, at one point, you go back to the Obama administration, unemployment was at like almost 18%. And while Obama was in office, he brought it down from 18% to a little over 7%. And then Trump took credit for that when he got in office. He said he did it. And all he did was took it from 7% to 4 point something%. But it's 3% now. So unemployment is better. Wages are higher. You know, the minimum wage went up. And then if you listen to the Republicans, you know, they talk about people can't afford this and can't afford that. They can't afford, you know, a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk or whatever. But these are the same people that voted against raising the minimum wage. How you gonna complain about, you know, the American people are paying too much, but when the time comes to vote for a higher wage for these people that got to go out and buy these goods, you vote against it. But they telling you that it's the Democrats, and you're naive enough to believe them. I'm gonna use the word naive. I'm not going to use the word stupid in this case, because you know, if you don't understand economics, if you don't understand supply and demand, if you don't understand how prices are set, whatever, you know, I understand that ignorance is not a bad thing. Ignorance is just a lack of knowledge. Stupidity is the that you don't want to gain knowledge. You can cure ignorance. Stupidity is a forever disease. So for my black sisters out there, my black people, don't be stupid. Don't be a fucking idiot. I'm talking to you harshly because I love you. Called tough love. Don't be fucking idiots, and don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe that JD Vance and the orange idiot is trying to put upon you. I don't care if it was Kamala Harris or if it was the next person that was running for president. Your best bet in life, black people, black woman, your best bet is to vote Democrat down the board. Because if you vote for Republican, your ass gonna be back in slavery. That's where they're trying to take us. They're trying to take us back prior to civil rights. Project 2025. And like I said, when I was listening to when I was listening to what I was listening to today, coming from a black woman, I was so very hurt. I was so very disappointed. And like I say, I at this point, you shouldn't care what Kamala Harris policies are. You shouldn't even care. You shouldn't even want to know. Because I can tell you that with what she is proposing, what her plan is for the American people is sounding like a good plan. We know politicians will plan that they will talk about something and in the campaign, and it may not come to fruition. We know that happens. But you got to keep in mind now, even as the president of the United States don't have control over everything. That's why we have 3 branches of government. You have the executive branch, you have your legislative branch, and you have your judicial branch. No one person can override, no one entity can override the other. They all have to work in tandem, particularly Congress, the legislative branch, and the executive branch, which is the president of the United States. They have to work together. Only time the president will have anything to say is if it's done in an executive order. And these executive orders are not laws. They're policies that are temporary. It's not law. It's only going to last as long as they're in office, and the only way it's going to continue if the person that comes in behind them can choose to continue on with that executive order. Because the next person can come in and cancel that executive order. The person that wrote the executive order can cancel it out. So black people, don't be stupid. Don't do it. I don't want you to be stupid. I need you to be smart people. But it's time. It's top of the hour. It's time for me to get up out of here. I think we got a show coming up right after me. So it's time for me to get up out of here. I want to thank you guys for joining me once again right here on WPMM Internet Radio on the Ttwg. Should be back on Thursday. Well, I'll let you know about that one because I have to work over on my day job on Thursday. So I'll let you know on that one. I'll keep you posted if we're going to do anything different. But until then, let's be smart, people. Let's be smart. Let's be safe. Y'all be blessed. Now I'm out of here.